This is Old Town Toronto, where historically oysters came and went through the early 1800s all the way up to the present day with the St. Lawrence Market right close to us. And I specialize in bringing in oysters to create an oyster bar environment. So it's a hybrid of French-style bistro, excellent food, nice service, fun local atmosphere, and an oyster bar with an expertise that is world-class. I bring in oysters from across Europe, United States, as far away as New Zealand, because we can. I've won the Canadian Championships 4 times over. I do also have the Guinness Book of World Records for speed shucking, which is a different style, 38 oysters in a minute, and that's just pop and drop. You just tear in, rip the shell off, make sure the 2 shells are separated, and away you go. And I did that in China. You know what good oysters are, you know where they're located, and you tell people to go when you're traveling to visit. It's very much a food travel situation. We bring the oyster world here to Toronto. We'll also tell people where to go in the world to travel for the oyster and the good food. Most people will think of oysters in one sense. Right now, these days, everyone's looking for bucket shuck or something like that that's cheap and cheerful and they can get a taste of the ocean, and we can do that, and we do that as well. But my ultimate oyster menu will be a bifold that just opens up like this, and you'll have these 2 little words, sauce, no sauce. And on the sauce side of things, you'll get 2 oysters. So you get a good East Coast Canadian oyster and a West Coast oyster and about 40 different sauces. You open the non-sauce oyster, you got 40 different oysters and you're not having any sauce. And that would sort of nail it home to folks to say, oh, there's different flavors with all the different oysters. Yes, much like wine or other type of local food where you think of the word terroir, bringing that flavor, that region of that area to the wine. Well, in the world of the oyster, it's more merroir. It's the taste of the ocean, a snapshot of that ocean, that bay area of that day, because they will change weekly. If there's a lot of rain in the area at that time, the saline is going to soften out. So we have the ability in North America to use and enjoy 5 different species of oysters. Most people will know of the North American East Coast oyster, which ranges from New Brunswick to the Gulf of Mexico. They're all the same species, but at various ranges and flavors. Normally the flavor range on that oyster is salt and sweet. Not much more complicated than that. They can have big fat textures or very thin textures, light, heavy. There's all types of different nuances that you can have in the various different areas, and that all depends on what the oyster is feeding on in that region at that time. This can linger on the palate for minutes, and 15 minutes later people go, I still taste this oyster, I still taste that ocean. This is fantastic, and they get very excited by it, which is, I guess, why I get a little bit excited as well. If you want more oystery information about anything, where to go, what to eat, where to find good oysters, you can always email me through the website. I have starfishoysterbed.com. I have shuckerpatty.com as well, so you can email Patrick at if you want to, and I can send you wherever you're going to go. And if you want to come down to Starfish, you're very welcome to. 100 Adelaide Street East, between Church and Jarvis in downtown Toronto, Old Town Toronto, from is what they say, is near the St. Lawrence Market. And we're open 7 days a week. You can book reservations, which is always good. The best thing to do is book for the bar. I'm the only guy that actually books the bar, and people are bar seaters actually really love that idea, because usually in a bar it's luck of the draw if you can get it, and most folks don't necessarily want to do it, but the right people, the people who like to have a conversation and meet your neighbors type of thing, will sit at the bar. So we're very welcome to book the bar if you want to as well.